Hello Internet and welcome back to Atomfall. Last time we managed to open up the medical center and figured out that there's some stuff we need to get in there, but first off we need to go through and we need to kind of regroup, get some supplies and go through there. So we're going to do that first before we head back down into the interchange because there's a lot of ferals, and even though we've got the strange tonic, we still take quite a bit of damage going through there. So let's stock up a little bit, and then we're going to head back down and see what we can do. Okay, now that we are back in here, let's take a look. Yeah, see, we get hit with the infection pretty quickly. But what do we have in here? Is this just the other way from where we came in before? There's a feral and... Nope. Stay away. Nope. Sir? Nope. Jesus, how much... Okay, get through. Nope. Okay, well, it seems they can't use doors, so that's a positive. Wait, there's an outlaw in here? Where is there an outlaw? How did an outlaw even get all the way down here? I get them being up in the front room. Whatever. Let's just keep going through here. Another quarantine shutter. Okay, so I don't think we technically had made it to medical. We got down here and locked this, but this is not medical. This, well, what we've been walking through isn't medical. This is medical. Yep, so there we resolved that lead. So let's take a look through here and see what we've got. Oh, hello? I don't think I missed. Nope. Okay, this is a little bit tougher. Are the ferals and everything in here much tougher? It's gotta be, nope, he's just following. Needs another card. I can't get in that one. Just let me duck through here. So there's just some more spaces through here. Ew, they've got flies. Painkillers, that's a plus. Ooh, log. Stay away. Nope, can't get through there. Nope. Oh my god, they can tank a shotgun to the face? Wait, where did he come from? Then you're... Okay, at least they're slow and they don't react very quick. I think we lost them. Another log. Okay, just gotta get out of here right now. Okay, we gotta search church cellar key. I missed the log for here.
Fisher's log, 28th of September, 57.
It's the one I just listened to.
I knew Dr. Holder was up to something. It's no secret he's been frustrated with the direction of our research, but this takes the biscuit. Last night, Edward let slip about a secret lab Holder has set up in Wyndham village, under the church, apparently. Of all places. For a month, he's been stealing samples, smuggling out lab equipment, and all with God as his witness. Worst of all, Edward knew because he was planning to join him. Holder's got himself a little rogue scientist brigade. I managed to convince Edward to give me a key to the place. Once this fever is down, I'll march over and confront Holder myself.
Okay, so we need to go check out the church. We got the key to the basement. Here we go. Forgotten Cellar. So I'm gonna guess he's stashed a bunch of stuff down here.
Slowly now.
Or he is still down here, so I guess let's
Wait,
talk to him.
you're not one of the scientific staff. Who the blazes are you? I know every face on the project, and you're not one of them. How did you know I was down here?
Found it while exploring the medical facility. That's none of your business.
You found it in... You mean to say you were inside the interchange? Just how did you get in there? They sealed the place tight.
I found a keycard.
You found one? Just found a keycard? I believe you. It's so ludicrous that I searched to no avail. Will you just find one? Too ludicrous to be untrue. The interchange. Open again after all this time. Astonishing. I thought it was sealed for good, and its
The park
contents forever out
scientist.
of reach. But look, do you realize
No.
what this means? If you have access to the interchange, then we might be able to stop this nightmare before it spreads beyond the wall.
Wait. Beyond the wall?
If we don't stop it now, the infection will cover Europe in a matter of years. Eventually, the whole world will just be an endless garden of this foul stuff. We first discovered the growth at the Oberon site. I was one of the team assigned to study it. You know, at first we thought it was benign, beneficial even, according to the early results.
What is it?
That's the proverbial long story, and we don't have time for it at present. I promise you, you'll have your answers, but first, you must understand what we're dealing with. In our experiments, small doses of the growth in a purified form showed the most astonishing effect on cognitive capability. But it was not purified nearly enough as it transpired. Its active agent was
Is that the
much more
training
powerful than we
stimulants I've been
realized.
taking?
What it was doing to both our bodies and our minds all the while, it beggars imagination. We thought we held the future in a test tube. But all we had isolated was evil in its purest form.
Wait, you're not talking about... are you infected?
You can see why I must keep myself hidden away down here. Yes, it's under control, but I'll never be entirely free of it. Thanks to this apparatus, I found a way to inoculate myself, halting the infection before it could fully establish itself. If my colleagues had shown more faith in my line of experimentations, well, we wouldn't be where and what we are now. But look, we have so little time. I desperately need your help.
What can I do to help?
I need you to go back to the medical facility, and this time go deeper. All the way down to the quarantine level. Somewhere in there is a sealed cylinder. It's labeled Sample 1. Find it and bring it here to me. Do that, and I can promise answers. Answers and a way out of here. Here's my
Just
key.
like Mother
It'll
Jago.
get you deeper into the medical section.
Oh, so this must be the keycard for the door.
It was the first sample of the growth that was extracted. We took it to the lab to test it. That was a few months before the disaster. It's a pure sample, and that's what makes it so important. Before you go, you should help yourself to a dose of my inoculant. There's one lying around here somewhere. If you ever encounter a thick area of growth, or are suffering from a potent strain of the infection, that stuff will ease the burden. It should give you a better chance of surviving infested areas. And with any luck, it will silence the voices in your head. Best of luck.
Guess that'll stack with the, whatchamacallit? Matt Dr. Holder, promise me escape. Dr. Hanway. It's an interesting conjecture, and happily the only way we can discover it, the growth will form specific and specialized organs if it were to... Oh, what are they growing? Even at the generalized level, this organic material is very interesting, showing chemical characteristics not dissimilar to those found in the human brain and nerve tissue. What is he growing? He's hiding something back here. More notes, entering stimulants. Extract from 26 July 1957. Memo from medical staff. The transportation of core samples, I think that's what say core samples, to a special facility on the lower floor has been successfully completed. It was not, however, completed satisfactorily, in my opinion. I laid down a list of safety measures that were all observed, not to be treated as some kind of manner of a la carte menu. Okay, there's that card. And, well, we didn't get hurt. Okay. Flip the switch. Nope, no power. That looks like a button. That's a power button. Just keep dodging these guys. Got the power. That opens that door. And we can get in through here. Security area right there. Dead body. We'll just kind of kite him around here. Now where is the sample? We have more security. I hate these things. Got a dead body. Nothing on him. Oop, nope. Took the stimulant into the tunnels. No. Okay, I don't really have time to read this because this guy's right on me and I don't think the game pauses. Okay, we're back to the interchange? Ouch. Okay, so we're back to the main... Ugh. Back to the main room of the interchange. No power.
Reminder for medical personnel. Stay at your stations between 1200 and 1230 hours today. This is due to the scheduled passage of a priority consignment.
Does it go past multiple times?
For your safety, do not be on the corridors during this time.
Okay. The others left without me. I was tasked with watching the gross stimulant and couldn't leave my post. I hear the whispers too. Okay, great. So they're all just going crazy. Glows everywhere, the spores, the voices. Okay. Well. Ooh, resistance manual. Bleed, burn, poison.
And on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
No time?
Wait, Dr. Garrow.
We're in the fail-safe period, Diane. Raise the quarantine level before it's too late.
I can't do that. Oberon must remain secure.
Diane, there's dozens of us still in the lab. Please suspend the quarantine, just for a few minutes.
I can't
Wow.
have to think of the many.
Are you quite insane? Wait. Wait.
Wait, is that it?
Here we go!
Perfect.
Master Alan. Interior Institute.
So it wasn't anywhere near the tunnels.
Time is of the essence. With any luck, sample 1 will still be hidden away in the medical facility. You found the sample? But this is wonderful. For the first time in years, there's hope. A true, viable hope. Those used to be some of the finest minds in the country. Country be damned in the world. My colleagues, trapped there when the laboratory was sealed. Now I need to get to work on this sample. This alien muck has vulnerabilities.
Wait, it's alien?
Advantage of them is difficult. But
I like how he's just glossing over that, because he did not bother to mention that the first time I talked to him.
is there anything that you want to know?
Yes. What is it?
It's an official secret, for all the weight that carries now. Oberon is the code name for the meteorite they found buried here. It was uncovered just after the war, during the evacuation of new slate mine workings. That discovery was the reason they built this whole circus here. I dearly wish it had remained undisturbed. The rock itself contained remarkable minerals.
Oh, is that
used
why the
into
one
the
guy could hear
creation of the
voices
atomic batteries,
before
and
I
all the
snapped
other
his neck?
marvels you've no doubt already encountered. But they drilled too deep into Oberon, and at its core, discovered organic matter. That was sample one. A team of biologists, myself included, were assigned to analyze it. But the Oberon investigative team drilled too deep. There was some sort of violent and highly energetic feedback that collapsed part of the plant and triggered the quarantine.
So that was the
That
explosion.
was in 1957.
What exactly is this growth that you discovered?
It is abominable. Plainly extraterrestrial, voracious and implacable. At first, the top brass was excited by the potential it showed. In small doses, it seemed to accelerate our ability to learn to a remarkable degree. Your mind expanded. As if you had a connection to lost knowledge that you had somehow forgotten and were simply rediscovering it. But then, some of us started to change. We barely had time to start coming to terms with it. The explosion at the Oberon site came just days later. The quarantine was declared, and they trapped us in the lab. They left us for dead. Our own colleagues.
How did you end up here?
You mean, why am I still trapped in the medical section? We didn't know it at the time, but there was a breach towards the back of the lab. Thanks to my experimental inoculation, I was able to resist the infection, to keep my own personality and intellect intact. I escaped through the tunnels under the lab. The only place I could think of to hide was there. When it seemed there was more to this growth than the BARD top brass wanted to admit, some of my colleagues and I decided to set up a very unofficial lab. This is it. It was hard work carting all this gear undetected, but we managed it. The vicar agreed to let us use the crypt for storage years ago, before the disaster. We made a small donation. To the church, you understand. And he didn't ask any questions after that.
That tracks.
Now, I need to get to work on turning this sample active but toxic. A biological time bomb, if you will.
Can I do anything to help?
In the meantime, there's something else you may be able to help me with. In return, I can assure you a route out of here.
Ooh.
That's the deal.
What do you need?
Sometimes, at night, I go up to the church tower and listen to the sentries chatting down below. I've heard some chatter that suggests my old colleague, Dr. Garrow, came back into the zone. The soldiers locked her up in their prison on Scathermore. Seems she's upset their captain. She's neither use nor ornament trapped there. Can you get her out? I very much need to see her. It's vitally important.
Who is she?
She and I worked on the Oberon project. Garrow's a cyberneticist. That's the science of control, if you're unfamiliar with the term. She was over on the technological end of things, leading the development of the robots. A very brilliant woman, and obsessively devoted to her work above all else. When the quarantine was declared, well, she got out, and we didn't.
Yeah, I kind of
never
heard
thought I'd
that.
have the chance to see her again. But it seems she couldn't leave well enough alone and just had to come back. It's vital I see her about something before we can leave.
I'll get back to you then.
Hurry. Find her if you can. It's very important.
Okay, well, we've looted this place as much as we can. We've returned the sample to him. So I think now the next thing to do is head to Scathermore, which we have not been back to since very early in the game, because I don't understand how maps work. So I think that is where we will head next time. Though we do have Mother Jago, who in theory might be a better option. Who knows? Boulder seems to be a pretty decent option, so we're not stuck by any means. So I think that's what we'll do next time, is head to the Scathermore and see how that all works out. Hello again, Internet. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you have not already, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? The button's right there below the video. It greatly helps the channel, and it lets you know when new videos are posted. Since you're here, why don't you check out another video? One is suggested here for you, so go ahead and click on it. If you want to watch me record these videos, you can find me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/DragonmanTank. But no matter what you do, thanks for watching. Goodbye, Internet!